Hey YouTubers, today we have a dryer that's making a scraping sound and it's going to be really easy to fix. This is a Series 80 dryer made by Whirlpool. Sometimes it'll say Kenmore on it, but made by Whirlpool. To fix it, we unplugged it, we took out the lint filter. We're going to take out two Phillips head screws here that are holding on the top panel. That'll be easy. Be careful you don't drop them into that chute, so kind of hold on to them when they come out. We're going to take a paint scraper and we're going to push in on two releases that are on the front of the front panel. So one in the right hand corner, one in the left hand corner. They're about 2 inches in from the corner. We're going to push in to release it and lift up. Then we'll do the other side, same thing. Now we can lean the top panel way back, and we want to separate this modular connector for the lid switch. We're going to pry it apart. You can use a flathead screwdriver to do that too. So we get that apart, and then we're going to use a socket to spin out these two small screws that are holding the top of the front panel onto the frame. So those two come out. Then we'll be able to lift off the front panel, and that really helps us to do a lot of the repairs on this type of dryer. So we're going to grab it and lift up, and the bottom left and bottom right hand corner are going to release. And that's going to let us lift the front panel off. If we look down there, we see a little hole and then a little hook right here. So that hook goes into that hole, and that's what's holding on the bottom. Now I'm going to release the belt. I'm going to push the idler pulley to my right and slip the belt off of the motor pulley, the small pulley. Get the belt off. Now I can grab the whole tumbler. I can wiggle it loose and pull it out toward the front of the dryer. Once you get the drum out, you'll have good access to all the different parts. On the drum, we're taking a look at this plastic front bearing to make sure it's in good condition. It's not missing or broken. This one looks great. I'm going to flip it over and look at this felt seal here. Make sure there's no rips. It looks really good. So the drum looks great. The belt looks a little bit cracked, a little bit frayed, so we're going to be replacing this belt. Before we do much more, we're just going to use a paintbrush and just clean up all of the lint that builds up, especially on the dryer motor. You could use a vacuum cleaner, works great. If you're using a brush like that, good to wear a dust mask. Just getting all that lint out of there so it doesn't catch on fire. And also the one on the dryer motor, you need to get that out so the motor can stay cool. Too much lint built up, it can cause the motor to overheat. I'm going to be removing the plastic vane from the dryer tumbler or dryer drum by taking out 3 screws. It's a plastic thing that helps agitate or move around the clothing. This thing here, sometimes you get coins caught in there or little pieces of dirt, and that can make a rattling sound. The dryer spins or turns. I did find some stuff in there. The only thing I could find that could make noise is one of these little collar stays from a men's shirt, and that could be rattling around, but often you'll find coins in there. So I'll put that thing back since we cleaned it up. I'm going to put in the screw in the middle. Line it up. Then I'll zip that one down. Add 2 more screws to hold it in. And next thing I'll do is I'll replace the support rollers. Sometimes they can wear out and they can make a scraping sound. I have my left side to the dryer. I'm sitting down, and this is the part that I ordered. It's a Whirlpool part. We'll put a link in the description. To take off the rollers, I'm going to use a little flathead screwdriver and pry off the retaining ring, which is made of plastic. And I'm going to pull it toward me, kind of pry it off of the groove that it sits in. Then I can pull the support wheel off. That roller comes off. I'm going to clean the shaft, make sure there's no dust on there. You don't have to lubricate these. They're designed to run dry. So here's the new one. It's a better quality one than the original. It's thicker, has more rubber. And I'm going to go ahead and just slide that now onto the shaft. Comes with a new plastic retaining ring that is more flexible. The old one might be a bit dried out. I'm going to push that on and push it all the way until it clicks into the groove. I'll spin the wheel. I have one more support wheel that I want to replace. This one's a little more buried. I have to remove a couple of screws on this heat shield. I can slide that off, and I have another screw down here. I'll pull that one off. And then there's a retaining ring that's holding on the support for the front of the wheel. And what I want to do is take a flathead screwdriver, get behind it, and just gently pry that thing off. Come at it from different angles. There we go. So I can get that off easily. And then I have another plastic retaining ring like on the other wheel. I'll pry that one off. And now I can pull off that wheel. I'll clean up that shaft a little bit, make sure there's no lint or dust or hair. A lot of times hair gets wrapped around it. And then I'll put on the new wheel. Again, these are more robust, more rubber, better design. Comes with a new plastic retaining ring that's going to fit into those grooves on the shaft. Push that in until it clicks. And then I'm going to put that metal support piece back on. And the kit comes with a new metal clip. You can use the old one if you want, the old circlip, or you can use the new one. You want to have the convex side, the rounded side toward you, and the concave side toward the dryer. Push that on until it clicks into place. And then we're going to add the screw again at the bottom of that support. We're going to put in the heat shield. Add the two screws that hold that in. Tighten those up. So it all looks good. I'm going to put a new belt on it too, because the old belt had a little bit of the rubber was coming loose, and that might have been rubbing as it was spinning, which can create kind of a rubbing sound. So this is a brand new belt, and the rubber is more supple. Sometimes when I do the narration for these fix-it videos, I'm just in my backyard, and I've already come home after doing the repair. And I'll show you guys our little chickens in the backyard here in a second. Okay, now we're going to put that whole drum back in. I'm holding it by the belt. I have the felt side of the drum facing in toward the dryer and the plastic side facing out toward me. I'm going to spin the belt around a couple times, make sure it's lined up on the old line where the old belt was, and I'm going to turn the drum a few times to try to get the seal to not be crimped, but the seal to be over the what we call the back bearing, or the back part of the frame, so that it can ride up onto that. And I'm going to just make sure that the drum is spinning on the new rollers. And what I'll do is I'll get down here low, I'll put the either pulley into the little grooves on the bottom of the dryer. And then I'm going to make the belt come through a loop and feed the loop over the either pulley, the plastic wheel, and I'm going to push that either pulley to my right, and I'm going to feed the belt, the loop of the belt, over the smaller motor pulley. Get my hands out of the way so you can see. So I'm going to pull to my right. I'm also holding up the drum. The drum wants to fall a little bit, but I'm using my hand to kind of push up on it. I'm getting that over the motor pulley using my thumbs. There we go. And it's under some nice spring tension. I'm turning the drum counterclockwise, going to my left. I'm going to spin it a few times to make sure the belt stays on, it doesn't slip off, and make sure that it's spinning easily on the new rollers. You make sure you do this before you put it back together. Now when I let go of the drum, it'll just basically stay in position. It'll drop slightly. Now I want to put the front panel back on. I'm going to put these holes into these hooks on the left side, lower left and lower right. I'll do it one at a time. First I'll get the dust out of here on the front panel, and I'm looking at this felt bearing here on the front panel. It looks good. It's not missing or broken. That can cause a scraping sound. So now I'm going to get the bottom of the panel in close. I'm going to lift up on the drum and get it to sit down on top of that felt piece. And then I'm going to lift up on the left corner. I'm going to lift up about an inch so that it can drop down onto the hook. That square hole that we saw before would drop down onto the hook. I'll do the same thing on the right side. I'll lift up, drop it down onto the hook to engage the bottom hooks that are holding on the bottom. Hold on the top, I'll have to add those screws back in. Here's one on the left. We'll do the same thing on the right. I'm just making sure it's sitting on there okay. These are really good dryers. We have the same dryer at home. It's on 26, just guns and guns. You have to replace the rollers. Here comes a little video, short video of our chickens here in the backyard. This is where I do my narration. It's very peaceful. All right, so we got it done. We are going to plug it in and turn it on and listen to it. We got to connect the door switch first, and we'll plug it in, set the timer, press it, and it sounds good. It's spinning good, it's smooth, there's no scraping anymore, no rubbing sound. So that's great. We'll go ahead and lower the panel down. We'll push it until it clicks down into position. Just going to check it a little more. I'm going to turn it by hand, make sure it's solid, it's all in there. Okay, now we can lower it. And we just have to add those two little Phillips head screws back in. Again, be careful they don't drop down into that chute, so hold on to them as you put the screws in. All right, got it. Now we can add the lint filter back in, make sure the lint filter's clean. There we go. Yeah, it's sounding good. Nice and smooth. Watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance. And also click the little bell notification button so we can send you weekly videos on all the different ways of fixing appliances around your home and saving you lots of money. So thanks again for watching, and please also press the like button for our video if this was helpful to you. Feel free to contact me at the email listed below, which is scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com, with any of your questions.